What's up guys, today I'm bringing you my thoughts on and kind of just my viewpoint after 2 weeks with the new iPad in my possession. So this is the new iPad here, and I'm just going to be covering some points from a consumer standpoint, and just bear in mind that I've never had an iPad before. I did not have the iPad 2 nor the original iPad, so I've got nothing to compare it against from that point of view, only from what I know about the two devices. So I'm just going to cover the negatives so far. We only have two really negatives. There obviously are more if you just go more in depth, but this is just a general overview of the device. So first of all, we have the heating of the iPad. Now this was really blown out of proportion this week or previous weeks on the new iPad. Basically, people found that in the left-hand corner, which is just down here, we have the iPad does tend to get a little bit warm. Not hot, warm, when in use. Is it a big problem? Not really. I mean, it has a lot of pixels to power, and that is the reason for the heating. It's just the battery is a lot bigger, therefore you're going to have more heat going into this device. Not a huge problem for me. I barely even noticed it. But it definitely was there. I mean, when I was playing a graphic-intensive game, you could feel it heating up a little bit. It was just getting warm. Nothing really much to worry about, though. So next we have the battery life of the device, and the battery life is fantastic, I have to say, but the battery itself is a little bit, well, there's aspects of the battery which are not that great. So the battery life on this device is exactly the same, roughly, as the iPad 2. You get around about 10 hours of just general usage, which is fantastic for a device of this kind. What they actually did is they cranked up the battery capacity from 25 milliamp hours to 42.5 milliamp hours, which is a massive increase, and something that has been noticed in pretty much everyone's device because this the battery is so much larger. It takes a lot longer to charge, so you're not really going to be able to charge this in the day, which is a little bit of a downside for some people. For me, it wasn't too much of an issue because I just plug my iPad in overnight, but for some people who maybe need to charge on the go regularly, it is going to be a little bit of something to keep in mind. So going on to the major positives, we have a beautiful Retina display on screen right now, as you can see. If we were to just go into something like Flipboard, you can see Flipboard is a news application, so you're going to get just a lot of text and things like that. The text is the clearest I've ever seen on a device. No ifs or buts, maybes. It looks like printed on a paper. And for me, that is just incredible. I love reading on my iPad. I have a number of news apps. I have emails and everything like that. So I get a lot of news and reading done on my iPad. It is just beautiful. iBooks, again, is fantastic. I just love it, to be honest. The Retina display is a massive viewpoint and a massive kind of anchoring point for anyone wanting to upgrade from a previous version of an iPad or just another tablet altogether or no tablet. So the Retina display on this is incredible, and you will really notice a difference if you come from an iPad 2 or have been using an iPad 2 in maybe an Apple store or whatever, and you just go over to the iPad. You will see a huge difference, which is excellent. And to be honest, this is only going to get better because developers are starting to get their hands on the Retina resolution, and it's just starting to excel. For example, I have the app Epoque here, which was never optimized for the Retina display, but it has just been, and I have a link to that in the description of my first look at this game. So you can see that we have it's just incredible. The graphics is just so slick, so precise, and it just looks fantastic on this device's Retina display. So for me personally, this is going to just get better as more developers start to kind of broaden their horizons of the app market. So with the new iPad came a new processor. In the iPad 2 and the iPhone 4S, they sport a A5 processor. This device here actually has an A5X processor, which is a dual-core processor with quad-core graphic capabilities, or GPU. So basically what this means is we have a lot more pixels on the screen here, which means that when compared with the iPad 2's processor, they run about the same. Because, I mean, the A5 A55X processor is faster, there's no doubt about that. Nobody's arguing that it's not faster. However, when it's powering the Retina display, so much of it is used up in the actual powering of the screen that it kind of just brings it back to the performance of the iPad. But again, you're getting such a resolution, such an incredible resolution, that nobody's going to be arguing really about the speed. It's still incredibly snappy, it's still an excellent all-round experience, that nobody's really commenting that this is slow or kind of sluggish in any way whatsoever. Okay, so next we get onto the camera. On the front, we have a front-facing VGA camera, which I believe is 0.3 megapixels, but that's just irrelevant because it's so rubbish anyway. So you're going to get rubbish quality. I have no idea why they didn't use the back-facing camera in the front, because I'm pretty sure that pretty much everyone is going to use the front-facing camera more than the back-facing camera. I mean, let's be honest, if you're going out like this with a camera on the iPad, you just look like an idiot. So let's just head into the camera app here. Okay, so we're just going to go and we can have a look at my iPhone there. And you can see that it's a lot improved. It's very good quality now, along with the video capabilities of this iPad. It records in 1080p at 30 frames per second, so it's just an excellent camera. But then again, I don't know why they didn't put it on the front. It seems just silly to me, and I don't really know why they did that. Bit of a mistake in my opinion, but nothing too much. I mean, I don't find myself using it too much, but inside the house, if I want to take a quick snapshot and iMessage it to somebody, it works just fine. And within the confines of your house, you're not going to look like an absolute idiot, so I have been able to deal with that. So basically, overall, this iPad is incredible. It is the best tablet on the market by far. Everybody thinks so. Nobody's disputing that. However, from the iPad 2, nobody's disputing that the iPad 2 is an incredible device. Everyone, when the iPad 2 came out, raved about how good it was. Nothing has changed. I mean, apps are still ready and functioning perfectly fine on it. It has a brilliant processor. This only has a slightly updated processor. So from that point of view, it's not really worth an upgrade from the iPad 2. However, from the iPad 1, and if you don't have an iPad already, this is an incredible device and one I couldn't recommend any more highly if you're thinking about getting a tablet. That's about it for my 2 weeks on with the new iPad video. If you enjoyed it, please like and favourite it in the bottom. It really does help me out. And if you like my stuff, please feel free to subscribe at the top, and I will see you all in the next video.